Hello, my name is Randy Rolfe, and I'm president of the Institute for Creative Solutions, and I'm sharing foundational concepts about vibrant health through natural living. Today, I want to talk about our sweet tooth. It's a very natural thing. It's supposed to lead us to sweet fruits and maybe honey if we feel like fighting the bees for their comb. And meat, when it's cooked or raw even, can taste really sweet. And some nuts and seeds, when you chew them long enough, the enzymes in your mouth make them taste very sweet. So it's a natural thing that we enjoy the taste of sweets, but it's from natural foods. And the workers in sugarcane fields chew on the sugarcane, but their teeth don't fall out because they're getting the whole food. They get the fiber, they get all the minerals, the blackstrap molasses that's with sugar. It's when we refine it and crystallize it, just like when we crystallize salt, and it's just pure sodium fluoride, and sugar is just pure sugar, that we overdo it. And we enter concentrated substances into our bodies that are harder for our body to figure out what to do with, to deal with, because it's just a chemical reaction. It's a concentrated substance that's put right into our system, and the system's not prepared to deal with it. In nature, the body pulls the nutrients and the sugar out of fiber, and it's often very hydrated. And so that natural fiber and hydration that's usually associated with sugar in nature is not available when you take pure crystalline sugar. So there's been a whole lot of research lately about how addictive sugar can be. And now we get it not just from sugarcane, but from beets. And then about a couple decades ago, we figured out how to get it from corn, high fructose corn syrup, which for a while was advertised that it would bypass the insulin pathways and would be good for diabetics. No way, it's a disaster. And it goes exactly along the same curve as our obesity epidemic, the use of the high fructose corn syrup. So what do we do for those sweets we love? Well, first of all, we minimize them, eat them in moderation, cook with whole sweets like with honey or maple syrup or agave or rice sugar, things that still have their minerals associated with them, and put them with whole grains so that you get a whole lot of fiber at the same time. The artificial sweeteners are not the answer. People have not lost weight just because they used to use saccharin, and now it's aspartame and everything. And many studies have already shown that people who use these artificial sweeteners generally make up the calories from carbohydrates and sugars in other foods. They still want that sugar because they're addicted to the sweet and sugar substances, both the taste and the substance. And the problem that sugar makes for the body is when it's in concentration, it actually injures the walls of the arteries. So then they get inflamed and cholesterol sticks on them, and you get major heart problems. So sugar and not fats are the real cause of all the heart and cardiovascular problems that are rampant today. And the artificial sweeteners do not help, because it's been shown that they do actually increase the appetite for many people, and they're a toxic burden on the body. So the liver and the kidneys have to detoxify these foreign chemicals and put more stress on the body. So you might even want to eat more than you would if you weren't eating these toxic materials. And there's studies that show that people that eat the artificial sweeteners have just as much extra weight or put on more than people who just sweeten things to taste with real sweeteners like sugar or honey. So what do you do if you really want to lose weight or stay healthy or both? And that is to re-educate your body so that when you're low on energy, it burns fat, not looking for extra glucose in your blood. And also the moods and mental health improve when you're burning fat, not just easy access sugar from your diet. So the way you re-educate your body not to crave glucose and sugar and sweet tasting things is to have a good quality breakfast that doesn't include a lot of refined carbohydrates and sugar, because that gets you on that roller coaster, what we used to call hypoglycemia, but now it's pre-diabetes. So starting with protein and some good quality fat, like a couple of eggs with a small piece of whole wheat toast if you want, or some oatmeal, which is high in protein and fiber and good quality fats without a lot of carbohydrate like so many other grains. And avoid a lot of sweets for breakfast. That'll help set your energy thermostat for the day so that you are less likely to crave the sweet taste or the glucose in your blood. You'll start burning the fat and even some protein if you run out of fat, but there's not much chance of that in our modern society. So that's a little bit about foundational concepts of the role of sugar in our health. Thanks, Randy Rolfe at randyrolfe.com.